My name is Simon Batis, and I run the clothing brand named Deadman. Well, technically right now we only do hats, vintage inspired hats. So like if you like stuff that you'd find at like a thrift store or like a flea market, that's kind of like the vibe that we're going after. But in April, we're doing clothing. And I wanted to create a series that actually showcases what it's like to create a brand today. What it looks like going from product design to product development to marketing that product, shooting that product, and then delivering the product. When I first started this brand, I scoured the web for good quality content, and I found great resources like Justin Saul at Elwood and Bruno Casanovas at the New Project. But the difference between what I'm doing and what they do is that they have already created their empire. You know what I mean? They've already done millions in sales. I did $10,000 in sales last year. So I want to bring you guys along the ride with me to show you step by step what it looks like to build a business, a fashion business, from the ground up today. All right, today I gotta head down to Long Beach, so I just gotta shower, change, and then get in the car. I am headed down to Long Beach right now because I'm gonna go pick up some hats for my embroider. Now, you might be wondering, Simon, you live up in LA. Why are you driving down to Long Beach, which is like 40 minutes, just to pick up some hats for an embroider? There has to be embroiderers that are closer to you, and there are. But as I was building my company, I went around to embroidery shops and I said, hey, I only want to do 10 hats. Hey, I have this idea, I want to do 14 hats. I don't have the money to do 48, 50, whatever people wanted me to do at the time. And a lot of people said either get out of here, we don't want to work with you, or they would do it and it would take months to get back to me and they would give me a half-assed product. And I got sick of that. So finally I found somebody, and yeah, he's 30 miles south of me, but he gets it. And when I send him my designs and we're working on something, he's a busy guy, but when I send him something, he understands that, hey, attention to detail is important. And even though I'm placing an order for 24 hats now, it could be 200 hats in 2 years, because he kind of sees the vision, because I talk passionately about it and I'm excited about it and I'm goal oriented and I go in there organized and I have knowledge of the product and I know what I want to do, articulate what I want to do, and he appreciates that. So finding people that you can actually communicate with that respect you, that's a huge thing, because even though you're just starting out, your money's still green. You're still paying them to do a job. That doesn't mean that you're any less valuable than any other client that they're having. Pay them to do their services. So try to go in there confident and make sure you maintain those relationships. And another thing that I think a lot of people our age and the younger generation overlook is that kind of older generation, like talking to people, working with people, like talking to somebody face to face is worth its weight in gold. If you can talk to them face to face, shake their hand, look them in the eye, and start to explain yourself, and they kind of see your confidence and they see your vision, that makes people want to work with you. Because if you're excited about something, if you're passionate about something, that makes people excited to work with you. So as you go out and you try to find a silk screen printer or a embroiderer or even just like a blank supplier or fundraising, go in there with confidence. Even though you're just starting out, even though you're just a kid, you know, a young man, a young girl, whatever it may be, go in there, act like you should be there because you should, because you have an idea and you're putting money towards it, and you have just as much a reason to do this as anybody else. Anyways, that's my little spiel for the day. Got one of my Deadman hats here, deadman.la. Go buy some. Also, this sweater, dude, this company, I don't know if you guys know, 545, URL is like 545.it, so the website's like almost in Italian, but dude, I mean, this thing is sweet. It's got like, they got really good fits, really good silhouettes, which is something that I am gonna really make sure that we nail with our clothing when it comes out in late April, early May. Kind of gray out today. It's kind of nice because I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and we got a lot of gray days there. So sometimes when there's the occasional gray day in LA, it makes me feel like I'm back home, which I do like. And we are back. So, went down to Long Beach and he didn't have the entire run done, which is fine because I didn't want him to do something that I hadn't approved. So I got this sample. It's good. It's definitely good, but it's not exactly what I was envisioning. Now, see, the issue of this hat is that I didn't like how there's a gap right here. I like this design to get down just a touch more. And I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but when I look at this hat, it's all I can see. And I think that that is the little adjustment that makes this hat look good. And when you're walking on the street, somebody stops and you're like, oh, that's cool. Or like when they see it on the website, they're like, oh, I need that, because it's those like little details. But anyways, so this is the sample, and I'll probably have the entire run in hand tomorrow. I think we're doing 24 of these. But funny enough, this is actually one of my first designs. And when I say one of my first designs, I actually mean my first design for Deadman. And it has since been retired for like 6 months, but I actually got the hat made on the exact blanks that I wanted. Same exact style that it's currently at. But funny enough, I went to one of those embroiderers that just didn't do a great job. And this is what I got. Now, of course, it's way too small. When you see this, it looks like, it doesn't look great. I was just like, fuck it, we're done with it. I don't want to even do it anymore. I think it's a stupid design, we'll put it in the back. And we had a party here at the house, and these hats sit out. And my friends were grabbing them and being like, oh my God, these are so cool. Like, I love the shape of these hats. And I was like, what are you talking about? These look terrible. But enough people said something to me, and I said, okay, well, don't take those hats. Let me reimagine them and rework them. And so that's what this is. Right, so pretty productive day so far. And what I need to do now is I need to finish this gallery wall. Now, the reason that I'm doing a gallery wall is because I need a place in my house that I can do content. I was advised to start trying to do personal branding. So that means fit videos on Instagram. That means chic fit pics out in the streets. That means engaging with people on Instagram and TikTok. So I'm trying to think of a way that it could kind of be cool, and this is what I came up with. This is me decorating my space. So I need to reorganize all of this, put some of this stuff into my garage, and make this place look like a restoration hardware store. Now, the way that I've kind of been doing this is I'll take a picture on my phone, and then I will actually write in text over each little frame. The hardest part so far has been like making sure that the actual images, they all kind of like flow, and there's like a color palette. So I'm gonna continue to try and figure that out. And I'm done. Just sent all the pictures off to the printing place. So I gotta pick them up and put them in the frames, hang them on the wall. Be right back. All right, I got them. All 9 prints needed to fill those 9 slots. I did get a text from my friend on the way back, and he wants to play tennis, so I am gonna do that. This will be done by the morning time. And if not by then it will be done in the morning. I'm gonna do it in the morning, so. It is 11:21, way past my bedtime, but I can't sleep, so get to the gallery wall. And just like that, the gallery wall is done. Like I said, it would be done before morning, and I gave myself the cop-out and said that I would do it in the morning, possibly. But 2025 just arrived, and making excuses and pushing stuff off is not the vibe anymore. My dad always said, why do tomorrow what you could do today? And that is something that I'm gonna be taking very seriously into 2025, because if you don't get shit done, if you don't make a to-do list, if you don't put it on the calendar, then weeks, months, years go by, and you still haven't done anything. You haven't even started. I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. Good night. Oh, back down to Long Beach we go. Look at that, man. 46 minutes just to go about 20 miles. Only LA. Why do we live here? Because it is beautiful 340 days out of the year. Moving pretty slow. Here's that LA traffic everybody talks so much about. Anyways, we are headed down to Long Beach right now again. Yesterday they just had the sample ready for me and it wasn't quite right, so we tweaked it a little bit, and then I should be picking up the entire order now with the artwork just bumped down a little bit. I should be able to film inside more today. Yesterday, my embroiderer, who you'll meet in a second, he didn't want to be on camera because he didn't like his outfit, which I completely understand. So yeah, I'll be able to take you guys in there today and show you more of the shop, and you get to meet Luis. So looking forward to it, and hopefully these hats will be up on the site pretty soon. Alright, Luis was not actually in the shop. I'm starting to think that guy is camera shy, but got a chance to look at these and yeah, they look fantastic. They are just what I wanted. He was able to bring down the embroidery close to the bill, and then I think we actually widened this out a little bit. So massive difference in quality when you pay attention to the details. This is something I would never wear. Maybe you might find it on like a Cancun vacation. This is something people stop you in the street and ask you what it is. You know what I mean? So it's just little things, but it is about 5 o'clock on Friday, so that just about does it for us. I have to ship out a couple orders, which I will do now, and get them to the post office in time before pickup. And then that is the end of the week for me. And gallery wall, not too bad, but thanks for watching, and I will be posting again soon. So thank you guys.